Hey guys, Matthew K. Man Master, and sorry for this late upload, but I wanted to get my Week 6 Power Rankings and NFL predictions uploaded before the 1 o'clock games. I was going to have this uploaded last night, but I had family drive up to spend the night, so I couldn't upload it last night, so I'm uploading it now. Now, I predicted right that the Patriots were going to win Thursday Night Football. I predicted that the Buccaneers were going to win this morning's game, but it's looking like the Panthers are going to win it unless a late miracle from the Buccaneers happens. So I could be down 2 games, or it could be 1-1. So let's start with the 1 o'clock game for the Saints versus the Jags. The Saints are 4-1. The Jags are 2-3. The Saints have had, I would say, the toughest schedule ever for a team to not have the starting quarterback with, and yet are at 4-1. The Jags have they've had a semi-easy. The division's kind of terrible, but I still have to go with the Saints. I don't care where it is. For some reason, Teddy Bridgewater just has something here in New Orleans that he's working off of. Eagles versus Vikings. They're both 3-2. They both had some struggling games. Both have been really good, but I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win this game. I just have some type of feeling that Carson Wentz and the Eagles is going to hit something. The Tank Fest. This is probably one of the worst games this week. It is the 0-5 Redskins versus the 0-4 Dolphins. One of these teams that have not won a game is going to come out with a win, and I'm going to say it is going to be the Redskins. I just think the Redskins have more talent than the Dolphins do. Whoever wins, they're not really going to move up on my power ranking at all. They're both still at the bottom. They're both still terrible. But the Redskins, I think, are going to win. Chiefs or Texans at Chiefs. Chiefs have played really good up till last week against the Colts, and something has happened. And they just couldn't do anything. And Patrick Mahomes slightly injured. He's had an ankle injury all year, and it's affected his running. But I think the Colts and the Texans are really close teams. So if the Colts can stop the Chiefs, and I just have a feeling that the Texans can stop the Chiefs, I'm going with the Texans. Seahawks at Browns. Early in last week, I thought the Browns were this one team that they just had a couple games that they struggled through, and I thought that last week would be the turning point in the season. They didn't prove shit last week. I'm going with the 4-1 Seahawks. They proved a lot. The only losses to the Saints. I just, for some reason, have a feeling that the Browns are going to go on a terrible losing streak right here at the end. And they're just not going to do anything. They're not going to make playoffs. Even though the division's absolutely fucking sucks. 0-5 Bengals at the 3-2 Ravens. A divisional matchup. The Bengals have not won a game and don't look like they're going to ever win a game. They've just been absolute terrible. I'm going with the Ravens. 49ers at Rams. Now, this is the Rams turnaround week. They've lost 2 in a row. If they lose this week, it will be 3 in a row, and most likely giving up any chance of winning that division. Because the 49ers will be 5-1, a 3-game lead over, and then you're also having a 2-game behind the Seahawks. And it's also a challenge on the 49ers. The 49ers have not played anybody this year and somehow are undefeated. I'm going with the Rams. I just have a feeling that something's going to happen to this 49ers and they're just not going to play that well against this Rams team. And I just feel like there's only going to be one undefeated team, it's the Patriots, but the Patriots haven't played anyone, so get off of the Patriots case. They ain't that fucking good. The only thing about them is it's Tom Brady. Like, that's the only thing that people keep saying they're number one is because of Tom Brady, but they're not that great of a team. Go more in depth with the power rankings. The 4 or 5 game. The second one is the Falcons, the 1-4 Falcons at the 1-3-1 Cardinals. Both of these teams are absolute terrible. And to me, I just have a feeling that the Cardinals are going to win this. I don't see how Matt Ryan and that Falcons team is going to get anything done against this Cardinals team. 425. There's 2 games at 425. You have the Cowboys at the Jets. 3-2 Cowboys at the 0-4 Jets. And you have the 2-3 Titans at the 4-1 Broncos. Now the Jets Cowboys game. The Cowboys haven't been too great this year. But the Jets have done absolutely nothing this year. So I have to go with the Cowboys. The Titans and the Broncos. I'm going with the Titans. I have a feeling that the Broncos are going to suffer this week. They're just not going to be able to get anything done in the home stadium, and it's going to be a loss from them. The 1-4 Steelers at the 2-3 Chargers. Both these teams have been really terrible and have really been the opposite as predicted. And I have to take the Steelers. I just have a feeling that Phillip Rivers and that Chargers offense has been able to do nothing this season and are just going to lose. And the stat for the Chargers is they've lost 4 of the last 5 primetime games at home. I don't see it. And Monday Night Football, 2 1-1 Lions at the 4-1 Packers. This is not the battle for the division, but it's the last chance for the Lions to prove that they are worthy of something and can get the win. Now, the team on the bye this week, the 3-2 Bears, which this is a good break for them because this is heading into New Orleans next week. Or playing New Orleans next week. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that good of a game next week for them if they can't rest up. So this is actually a really good bye for them. The 3-2 Colts, it's also a good bye because you just came off with a win against the Chiefs and you're heading in the Texans to play the Texans next week, and that will be for the lead in the division. So it's honestly good for them. You play a good team next week. The 3-2 Raiders, their bye is before they play Green Bay. That's also a good bye because you're resting your starters before you play this terrible game next week where you're probably going to get destroyed by the Green Bay Packers, but it gives you a chance to rest starters and have a chance to recoup before this game. And the Bills, the 4-1 Bills, playing Miami next week. You would want your bye to be before you play Miami because you're obviously going to destroy Miami, but you really hope that you would have got the bye before so that you could have played a really easy game and then had your bye before you played probably your next stronger talent. Now, I'm going to go over my power rankings before I go and watch the Saints game because it's about to start. And it looks like the Panthers are winning, so I'm going to be 1-1. Now, I'm going to go from bottom to top like normal. 31st or 32nd is the Dolphins, no change. 31st, Bengals, no change. 30th, Redskins -4. 29th, Jets +1. 28th, Steelers, no change. 27th, Broncos -2. 26th, Giants -2. 25th, Bears -4. 24th, Buccaneers -1. 23rd, Cardinals +4. 22nd, Panthers stay the same. 21st, Bills +8. 20th, Jaguars -2. 19th, Browns -5. 18th, Texans +1. 17th, Falcons -5. 16th, Chargers -5. 14th, Texans +2. 13th, Raiders +6. 12th, Ravens +3. 11th, Chiefs -10 from that loss against the Colts. Now, the top 10, I'm going to go in depth about each team. Colts +5. You beat the Chiefs last week, so I had to move you above the Chiefs. And if you, coming off of the bye this week, you could be really good. And if you are really good, you are going to have a great chance at moving up and maybe even making the playoffs as a division winner. 9th is going to be the Rams, -3. You've had 2 tough games in a week. You lost to the Buccaneers, and then you lost to the Seahawks, and you're really pushing your chance to make it to the playoffs at this point because you're playing your division leader, and if you beat the division leader, then hey, you have a chance. But if you lose it, your season's pretty much done, and you're really not that great. Cowboys 8th, -3. You had a tough last 2 weeks with the Saints and I think the Packers. But I don't see much talent in you guys, and you lost 2 weeks in a row. You're gonna move now. Lions +5. They've had a really good up and down season, and they're currently the 6th team in the NFC and could be making the playoffs. They're pushing it, but you won. I had to move you up because a lot of teams below you have been losing. Eagles in 7th +3. You won last week against the Packers on Thursday Night Football. You played a really, really tough team, and you were able to get the win. You're fine. You're going to move up. 49ers, same way. You beat a Browns team, but you played really, really impressive. Had to move you up 3. Vikings in 5th. There's nothing much I can say. They're just playing okay football, and teams losing, you're going to move up. Packers, 4th, yes. They didn't play the best week last week. But you came off back from a win against a loss, and you played a pretty good game, moving you up. 3rd is the Seahawks, +1. They came off of a really good win against the Rams. It's a good. They're gonna move up. Patriots 2nd, -1. Now the only reason the Patriots move down is because the team in front of them has played really awesome football without their starting quarterback and has just gone on a mad streak recently, and there's nothing I can say about it. You haven't played that good of a schedule. I'm not going to keep you up there until you start playing. I'll move you up once you start playing better teams. Saints are +3 to number 1. There's nothing I can say about the Saints that is bad. Yes, their defense could play a little bit better football, but a lot of their touchdowns that they've given up recently have been just them slumping at the end of the games with their backups in, and they're pretty much giving me touchdowns with games being over by that point. So, and they're just playing such great football without Teddy Bridgewater. There's nothing I can say bad about it. That will be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little bit longer than expected. I'm going to get it done and recorded before the game started, but I didn't. So, be it for today's video. Peace out. Bye.